Hi everyone, welcome to Finance with Magdalene. It's your host Magdalene, and agriculture is the next new thing. Yes, because once the country or everything has failed us, we need to go back to our roots. Yes, agriculture and farm. We lived a life where we grew up that farming sponsored our education, our health, everything that involved finance was being sponsored by farm produce, by what we had to harvest from the farm, what we had to cultivate. It permitted us to generate income in order to carry out several things. Now, in this farm you find here, you can see egusi. Egusi is quite a very good source of farm produce. Why? It's just 90 days, but the result from it is what will shock you though. So let's analyze. In Egusi, what we have here is approximately 2 hectares that we planted, and I will share with you how we started, some of the challenges we face for those who want to go into it next year. Yes, because for now it's already late. The season has already passed. If you watch my previous video, I was telling in the month of March, I specifically outlined the different produce, the different farm crops which you could plant in the month of March and April. But in May, no. If you want to plant watermelon, yes, it might be one of the best seasons. But if you're going in for something like Egusi, everybody has already planted. If you just go in now, you might just be wasting your resources, because in June, July, August, people will be washing this egusi and they'll be get to sell them in the farm, sell them out, because they import. People in America, you always hear egusi soup, egusi soup, egusi soup. It goes with everything. In fact, all the swallows egusi soup can go with. Even to eat it with rice and every other type of food, egusi can go with it. Now, what's the major challenge in Egusi? Okay, in Egusi, I'll give you an estimate of these 2 hectares. You might want to go in for one. So if you're going in for one, divide all the costs I'm going to do in this video into two. If you're going into 10 hectares, you add the times the cost by 5. So in whatsoever way you are planning it, evaluate your crops in that manner and try on how to do it. But before I start, please, those who are just coming into my channel, please, I would like for you to click on the subscribe button, like, comment, share. It is a form of encouragement to just give out. As you're giving out, I'm giving out knowledge, and you're subscribing and you're commenting. It also motivates me. That's the only motivation I get at the level I am. That is the only motivation. Once I see your comment, I see your subscription, give me the courage that people really admire what I do, and I could give out more. I can pour out more of myself. So we'll just start directly with it. So this farm, I will not say we spent in the acquisition of this farm because it is our own farm. We already own it. But if actually you are to rent these 2 hectares we have, it's approximately $70. That is to say 1 hectare costs at least $35. 1 hectare costs at least $35, and 2 hectares might go in for $70. So it depends. This is where now farming is really, how can I put it? Farming is really practice. Everybody's into farming, and to get a plot of land is actually very difficult. But if you're starting, I will advise you to go into a village. Yes, to a rural suburb where farming is not that practiced like how it is being practiced here. Because there is cheaper. You can get a hectare for about $20. That is 2 hectares should give you $40. Imagine that the cost is very cheap. But in a competitive area we have as such, it's quite expensive. So we can say I'll approximate this land to about $70. For slashing now, slashing can take up to $20 to $40. Why do I say $20 to $40? If actually you're doing all these and you have no other assistance, it means you're paying another person to do that for you, to do everything, to start the slashing right up to the end without any assistance. But if you have assistance from loved ones, your brothers, your sister, it reduces the cost. As you're paying a job man to clear, you're also assisting in an area to reduce cost. Thank God we are in Africa and we have extended families though. So it reduces the cost and it goes into it. I want you to know it is expensive to plant egusi, but the reward, you don't want to imagine what you can harvest at the end of these 90 days. It's a millionaire farming. Not everybody will tell you, but in this season, if you see, if I want to show you a video of most farms which are around me, you hardly see too much corn. It's mostly egusi. Why mostly egusi? Because of the benefit, the money it comes with. That 3 months, like 3 months rain of money, 3 months rain. So once you have been able to slash, now we have chemicals to apply to make the grass really die fast in order for you to plant. So we have chemicals, we have different form of herbicides in which you have the right to apply herbicide. That is optional. For this farm, we do not apply herbicide though. So here we mainly slash the farm, let it dry, gather it and burn. We burnt it to ashes and it was clear. If you go to my previous video where we're planting the egusi, you see how clean the farm is. Just go to my bio and look at the link to egusi farming, the first one I gave. You see how clean the farm is when we started this planting, and this is now the level in which I can take you to go around this farm, but it's difficult because I might just be hindering my own part of the harvest. Yes, I might be hinging my own part of the harvest because working with it or gets to match, and I might be matching the balls of egusi which are already forming. I might just get to kill some of them. So I'm limiting. If you see, I'm even sitting on some, but I just want to limit my losses. Egusi now, once you have already, as we burnt our farm, we had to plant. It was time to plant. Remember, egusi farming also reduce that cost of plowing. Some people all farm the plants, they want to plow, here you are not plowing. There's nothing like plowing. You simply give a meter distance and you dig your hole and you plant. A meter, a meter, a meter. You take a meter. If you don't know how to measure a meter, you might not just carry one long meter and be measuring before you put. No, just make a step. Your step are long now. Or you not tell me your legs are these short. So we get to have that. There is nothing like ridges here. So just your step, measure it, give yourself long steps like this, and you'll be able to just go through it and you plant. Or why are you giving it 1 meter? In order for it to creep like this, imagine if we did not give a meter distance, this farm, you cannot enter. There are things you cannot do again in this farm. You see, I'm just telling you, it's limited. There are things I cannot do in this farm again. Why? Access is limited. It has already covered the whole ground. Everywhere is covered. That's the advantage. And egusi makes about 90 days, and this is already about, we planted it late March, so it's getting to 50 days. And if you find around me, you see that balls are already coming out. These are some of the balls which are forming, and with time, if you don't see, this is it, and with time, if we go through, we'll see them. They are everywhere inside. The balls are just small, some already forming and going in the 50th day. So we still have about 40 days before harvest, and it will grow more than that. In egusi, in as much as there's so much work to be done, it's also very good to let's see you in the next video. In our part 2 of this video, I'm going to continue with the explanation of the amount you can harvest from it, and what are some of the products that are applied to it to make it look this green, to make it look this covered, and for it to already have this type of balls that are big as this. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Just subscribe in order and click on the notification button so that when the next video comes up, you'll be able to watch. Thank you for watching.